Hello and welcome everyone, this is Lion and I welcome you all back to the Gothic 3 walkthrough. This is episode 39, otherwise known as the bonus finish up Myrtana episode. So we're going to be doing all the heavy chest and loose end quests in this video, so without further ado, let's get underway. So, let's start off with Wenzel. So Wenzel is right here. We last saw him way back before when we were liberating Cape Dun. So we're gonna go return his sword after all this time.
I have your sword.
Really? Let me see. Thank you, friend. Let me reward your service.
So it gets us 1,000 gold. And that is pretty much it. So let's go to Torn now. So the best one is to go to Trellis. Alright, from here the rebels have moved in, but Torn is a little bit this way. Actually, it's probably better to go across the bridge.
I have freed Geldern.
That is proof enough that I can trust you. Here, take the Druid stone of the Snapper. May it serve you well, Decider.
Alright, let's just quickly rest to noon. Okay, so now that that's done, let's see if we have any other loose end quests. So with all quests currently... Oh, we didn't do that one. Okay, let's go to Ardia, finish that one up.
Take my advice.
If he goes on like that, he'll never get anywhere.
It's just going to cause...
I heard you took gold from the rebels.
Yes, I think I can trust you with this. They were here and asked me to let them know as soon as I see another ship. I think they're still hopeful that help will come from the sea someday.
Give me the rebels' gold.
Yes, all right. What's an old sailor to do with that much gold? But promise me you won't squander it.
Alright. Now let's see if we have anything else. Alright, so no other quests that we can do at this moment, so we are done all the straggler quests. So, I am now going to go over all the heavy chest locations, solid chest or solid metal chest locations, and all old chest locations. So, without further ado, let's get this done. Okay, so this is the location of the first heavy chest, and this area is rather special. So this is the cavern at the bottom of Cape Dun. So if you remember in the very early episodes, Cape Dun has a cavern underneath it, and it contains some very powerful enemies. As you can see, one dragon and a second dragon. So to actually kill these things and do it both successfully, it actually took me a couple tries. You need to isolate them and try to not alert the other, because if two are attacking you at the same time, it's over. You may as well give up, even with paladin armor, because the attacks of the dragon are magic. So this area is actually special because, like I said before, it contains one of every single chest. So if you notice, there's a solid metal chest, I don't think that's actually here, my mistake. There is a large chest, which is the impossible lock, an old chest, which is for the mage, and over here is the heavy chest right here. So this area contains all 4 types. So I'm gonna hit all these. I guess you can say I'm hitting 4 birds with 1 stone. So let's see. Starting off, we get the Wolf Ripper. So Wolf Ripper is a pretty good bow. Get you the bonus skill of Game Hunter. It's worth a fair amount of money. So that's a good start. Now let's get to the old chest, which was right here. We get the Amulet of the Druid. So it gives you life energy, mana, and resistance to disease. I actually already have that because I learned it permanently. But still, this amulet, if you are able to acquire it early, can be very beneficial. And you get a magic ore, blankets, and potions. Let's get the treasure. Next, we have the large chest. I can't open these.
Impossible.
Because I do not have enough mana to use the spell, but like I said many times before, do not waste your time with the large chests. They are not worth it. They give you pretty much like 500 gold max, along with like gold nuggets. They're absolutely useless, and I do not recommend anyone trying to get them. Let's go into the solid metal chest now. And we get fire arrows. This is a little disappointing. If this was another blank of pure magic ore, that would have been nice, but it's just a normal blank of magic ore, so whatever. Alright, so that concludes this cavern. Also, word of warning, up above, as you can see, you know, it's pretty vast in this cave. There are ogres, mine crawlers, so be wary when you enter this place. This is definitely a tougher place to enter, so enter when you're fully geared. I will meet you guys at the next location. Alright, we have arrived at the next location. So in this location, this is the cave that is situated really close to the grain thieves. Now remember, in the episodes long past, we killed the grain thieves, right? Now the grain thieves sit behind this cave, and I announced in the episode that this cave was way too dangerous for us currently to enter. Well, now we're a little bit stronger, and you can kind of see why I did not want to come here originally. Like, there's zombies, gargoyles. Now, I think the real massacre happened closer to here. If you notice, there's even more gargoyles, and over there, you know, you can see even more gargoyles and mine crawler soldiers, normal mine crawlers. And yeah, you know, like, this cave has just tons of tough enemies that if we were to go before with, you know, poor gear and light rebel armor, we would have gotten destroyed with, you know, no hope of succeeding. So this is actually another double whammy, because we have a heavy chest and an old chest all in one place. So this is really good for us. Let's actually just loot the area around. Money here, there's a loot. And of course, there's other gems that are hiding around here. Okay, so here's the heavy chest. The heavy chest has given us the Order Sword. Now, this is the sword that is wielded by most paladins and ceremonial guards, because they wield the Order Sword. It's the two-handed version of the paladin sword. It's a little bit stronger than what I have because it is two-handed. But yep, this is a good find, because this is worth about 9,000 gold, which we can sell it for a decent price. So let's take that, and let's see what we get in the old chest. So we get Potion of Endurance. This is a permanent Potion of Endurance. You have to make sure you read this one. Plus, the bottle looks different. If you look, this one's kind of yellow, whereas the normal one is pretty much orange. And you have to read the description. So this is a permanent potion. So we are going to drink this. There we go. So we get permanent 8 endurance. So I have 308 endurance now. Alright, so now we have finished up this location. So I will see you in the next area. Alright, we have arrived at the next heavy chest location. So first, before I open the chest, which is of course right there, I'm going to speak to Roland because Roland's dialogue options have updated since the last time we spoke to him.
I have spoken to the king.
You actually did it? Very good, my friend. Tell me, how can we best serve Rhobar?
It would be best if you remain entrenched here at Okara for now.
Very well. We will wait for the king. Here, your reward for the good news.
Montera is free.
Thank Enos. One less worry. How did you do that?
You'd better not ask.
I hope that Myrtana will soon belong to humans once again. Here, this will help you on your way.
Alright. As for the chest, because Roland is standing right here, you have two options. Wait for him to sleep, or do the method I'm going to do. Use the fog spell. So let's use the fog spell right over the chest. And everything I do cannot be seen, so let's quickly loot it. Excellent. So we have acquired the meat axe. The meat axe is worth 9,000 gold and has large weapons 2 as a bonus skill. So let's take that. Alright. Now we have finished up this location, so we are going to move to the next area. Alright, we have arrived at the next heavy chest location. Some of you may remember this being the Treasury of Geldern. So looking on the map, we are in Geldern, and this is the Treasury. We got in here a couple of episodes ago because we were looking for the 7 rings of the alchemists, but now we're actually going to come to clean it out. So there's a lot of things on this table, lots of gold, goblets, lockpicks, swords, potions, you know, a little bit of everything. So let's loot this place clean. There's also some treasure and gold on the floor. Make sure you pick all that up too. The casket, gold goblet up here. Some gold coins. I'll have to access those. Alright. So now this is the thing we've come here for, the heavy chest. We have acquired the Ice Blade. Now the Ice Blade is just a cool weapon overall. If you look at it when you wield it, I'll just give you a demonstration. So the Ice Blade starts off, it also gives you protection against ice. But so it has 80 damage. Let me just wield it quickly. When you wield it, it actually has a frost effect. So if you're into aesthetic looking weapons, the Ice Blade will be good for you. Its damage is very respectable, and it has a cool particle effect, especially when you swing it. So that is an option. Anyway, we are done here, so we will move on to the next heavy chest location. Alright, we have made it to the next heavy chest location. So this chest is located north of Geldern or west of Silden. Now, you might recognize this place along the river from the Wolf Mine quest that we did earlier. So if you just walk up here, right here is the Wolf Mine. We brought some slaves here when we were doing Geldern. So if you just come to the Wolf Mine and you head just along the river, you're going to see some monsters over there, which I also had to kill. They're good experience. And you travel just along the river, up on this tiny hill, you're going to find 3 trolls. Now these trolls are a pain in the ass to kill, but after a couple tries I was able to do it. And this is our reward. So there's a metal chest, which I already looted, and this is the heavy chest. So let's see what's inside. So we get the oak bow, which I can't see being... Okay, I guess it's 10 damage more than the wolf ripper, but, you know, the wolf ripper does give you game hunter, so I guess that could be more beneficial. But the oak bow is worth a lot more money, so that's definitely better. Let's take that. Alright. Let's see, anything else? Alright, looks good. Anyway, that is that for this heavy chest, and I will see you at the next heavy chest location. Alright, we have arrived at the next heavy chest location. So this chest is located very close to the other one that we just looked at. So it's also pretty much north of Geldern and west of Sildon. If you remember the previous quest where we had to go and find the Shadow Scepter, the Shadow Scepter was literally found at that castle right over there. So if you, from that castle, are to head up this hill, at the very top, you are going to find this ruined house. And this ruined house is guarded by 3 trolls, 2 regular ones and 1 black one. Now the black one is special because he is tougher, he drops more experience, so he will give you 700 experience, and if you have the Skin Beasts skill, he will also net you the black troll skin. The black troll skin is much rarer than normal troll skins, and they're worth more. So this is our reward for killing the troll, so let's see what we get. We get the Cutlass. Now the Cutlass is definitely a solid weapon. Definitely weaker than the Paladin's Sword that we already got. And I'm surprised that this weapon is awarded later. Maybe it's just worth more money. But, you know, the Paladin's Sword is better in every way. You know, 10, it's more damage. Plus you get the Blessed benefit and life energy. So I can't really see this being better. But, you know, it's worth a decent amount of money. So I can't really complain there. Anyway, so we're done with this one. So I'll see you at the next chest location. Alright, we have made it to the next heavy chest. So this chest is located just north of Vengard, and the best way to get to this location is to take the teleporter stone. No one knows where this goes. So once you use that, you just head along the Shield Ridge and head north, and you will eventually get to this area which has 3 ogre camps. So this is one, the second one is right there, and the third one is a little bit farther down. It's hard to see with the trees, but it's there. And at the top, which is this one, you'll find the heavy chest. And this is very far north because, as you can see, there is Nordmar in the distance. And you can actually enter Nordmar from here, but I do not recommend it because it is the farthest away from any of the 4 clans. So anyway, let's open this heavy chest and see what we get. Wow, we got the Nordmarian Crossbow. This, I'm pretty sure, is an upgrade to the one we have right now. Yeah, it's 10 damage more. So it's good. Let's equip that, see how it looks. Excellent. So that's good. So we now have a new crossbow, and we are done with this heavy chest, so I will see you all in the next area. Okay, we have made it to the next area. Now this area is also really close to the next one. It is pretty much right beside Vengard. It is on the outskirts. As you can see, Vengard's right there. It is the orc patrol camps that sit on the outside, and as you can see, there's a lot of orcs. Like, there's these ones, and there's even more over there. You'll see later. And this area is rather special as well because it contains 3 special chest types. So first, we're going to look at the heavy chest, which is this one. We get the Warhammer. Now, the Warhammer is a 2-handed weapon, 125 damage and 20 life energy, is worth a large amount of money. So we're going to be happy to take that. The next chest is the old chest, which is in this hut right here. We have the Ring of Defense. How does that compare to our rings, out of curiosity? So we wear... This is the Ring of Combat. We wear 2 rings of combat. We have a Ring of Defense. So what we could do, if we want more impact and blade. So this is more melee combat. I do take more damage from melee combat, obviously. So it is good to equip this one. Alright. Now the third one is, I think, in this chest over here.
Broken.
So in this one, we get a transformation potion to a mine crawler. That's not that great, to be honest. I don't think I'll ever be using that. But that's okay. So just to quickly look over here, there's even more orcs over there. As you can see a couple of the bodies. There's more over here. There's a couple of other just random chests, and there's more. So yeah, there is a lot of orcs that are stationed around Vengard. It also completes a quest. If you complete this, by the way, it is the, let's see. Yeah, destroy the orcs' ring of siege outside the barrier. Because I didn't talk to Rhobar, so technically Rhobar will give you this quest, but Rhobar gives it to you later in the game once you have accepted the Path of Enos. But of course, as with all Gothic quests, they can be done early if available, and we just did this one early, so it'll save us less stress in the long run. So these guys are already dealt with, and we have finished up this area, so let's move on to the next one. I'll be back very soon. Alright, we have made it to the next location. All heavy chests have been found and looted, so every chest covered from this point forward will be either a solid metal chest or an old chest. This particular one is a solid metal chest. So this can be found pretty much right beside the Grain Thieves Cave. If you notice, this is an alternate entrance you can use if you so wish to, although I don't recommend it. It is a pretty far drop. But anyway, this chest is located around here. So if you just go around the Grain Thieves Cave, you will eventually get here. It's guarded by 5 trolls, so it's not easy to get. But if you do, this will be your reward. So let's see what's inside. A ring. Meteor. I must admit, very disappointing in my opinion. That's okay. Now with that chest done, I will meet you guys at the next location. Alright, we have arrived at the next chest. So this chest is actually found in a cave that is definitely off the beaten track. So as you can see, I'm located east of Montera. But in order to get here, if we look along the path, as soon as the path to Montera diverges as we get to the coastal region, there are many paths like the path to Cape Dun, Ardea, and Vengard. So what you want to do is you want to head on the path, the outermost path that leads towards Vengard, this one right here. And about where my cursor is, you're going to want to diverge off the path and head west. Now this path will lead you eventually to a cave that has 2 mine crawlers in it, and a normal chest and a wooden chest over there. This cave is not super hard to find, but it's definitely off the beaten track. It has a lot of snakes in it, and it has 2 mine crawlers. So let's open up this chest and see what we get. So we get a potion of concentration, a mana potion, scavenger egg, healing potion, banish evil spell, and a fire arrow, along with a potion against disease and endurance potion. So that's a pretty good find. Not too bad. Mana is not really what I'm going for, but of course, if you are a mage, these chests are more geared towards mages. This will be a decent find for you. Alright, so with this location finished, I will meet you at the next area. Okay, we have arrived at the next location. So this is an area that probably everybody recognizes by now. This is Reddick. This is the chest guarded by Sebastian. You'll probably have seen it in the very first couple of episodes. I just didn't want to take it before because I didn't want to really piss off the rebels because I was new. Plus, we didn't have any spells that we could have used to take this effectively. But now we do. You know, we have tons of fog spells, and this is pretty much a get out of jail free card for robbery because nobody can see what you're doing, so you can't get accused. It's pretty much as simple as that, so let's do this. So we get a potion of life force, a ring of protection against missiles, and pretty much, yeah, everything is not really that important. So we finish this chest, so I'll meet you guys at the next location. Okay, we have arrived at the next location. So this chest is located in Okara, which is, if you remember, just east of Silden. So this chest is guarded by Rakus if you have saved him from the cave that he was trapped in. It is located pretty much right beside the entrance to Roland's area. So, as usual, because it is guarded by an NPC, we will use our fog spell to steal the contents of this chest. Now this time we get a flame wave, a hunting potion, and, you know, again, usually in these chests only 1 or 2 things are useful. Alright. Good, now with that done, I will see you guys in the next location. Okay, we have arrived at the next location. So this old chest is located in a gorge guarded by a few ogres. So there's 2 over there and 2 over there that I managed to kill. And looking on the map, it is pretty much directly south of Okara. So just quickly before I open it, I just want to show you where. Alright, so this one might be a little bit harder to get to if you were not familiar. But pretty much here's the entrance to Okara. And from here, all you need to do is keep following the path. And this gorge is exactly where I just was. So we just keep following the path. And instead of going up that bridge over there, we can simply try to slide down here without receiving much damage. There's also a King Sorrel down here. And this is where the ogres will be guarding the chest. So now we can see its contents. So we get exploding arrows, another flame wave, a vial, potion of strength. And again, everything's mostly useless except that potion of strength. And there's also another normal chest hidden down here. So, that's another chest completed, so I will see you guys at the next location. Okay, we have arrived at the next location. So, I actually forgot about this one when we were doing Gotha. So, as you can guess, we are in Gotha. And this house is located just before the main gate. So, when you head up the main path and you enter the outside village of Gotha, you will come upon this large building and the chest is right here. So of course I forgot, but if you do this before you pay off who is that guy we saw in Okara, I can't remember, but basically, if you remember, we paid somebody in Okara to help us rebuild Gotha. If you do this before you pay him, nobody will be here, and of course, you can loot this chest in peace, but because I forgot, I'm going to have to use our fog spell. And now I can loot it. We get the hunting bow, the amulet of the paladin. That's pretty good. Alright, taking a quick look, how does that compare to the Amulet of Adnos? We have all elemental protection versus max mana and strength. Okay, so I'll definitely take the Amulet of Adnos. I do need more well-rounded protection in the elemental category. But there are some good amulets that come out of those chests later on in the game, so I definitely will probably be using some of those later on. Alright. Now with that, we are done with this chest, so I will see you guys in the next location. Okay, we have arrived in the next area. So the next old chest is located right beside Crypto at the highest tower of Vengard Castle. So looking on the map quickly, you can see where I am. And because there are 2 guards right beside the old chest, we're going to have to use our old strategy, which is using the fog spell, which is right here. Alright, let's see its contents. So we get a ring of magic protection, and in all honesty, a bunch of other garbage that we don't really care about. Alright. So now with this chest completed, I will now meet you in the next area. Okay, we have arrived at the next location. So looking on the map, we are very close to where we were just before. We are slightly west of Vengard. So the easiest way to get to this location is you need to take the teleporter stone that goes to no one knows where this goes. So that will take you right outside the barrier to that bridge. From there, you just head, about northwest, and you'll get to this hill guarded by 3 gargoyles and there are 2 chests in the middle of this stone circle. There is an old chest and a metal chest. I already looted the metal chest because that's irrelevant, but now let's see what's inside the old chest. So we get a bladed staff and a scroll to summon a flaming sword, so that's pretty good. Worth about 1,000 gold. And you get a protection against blades, and blade damage is not bad if you're a mage. So that's a pretty decent find. Now with that done, I will see you in the next location. Okay, we have made it to the next location. So this next chest is located very far off the beaten path. As you can see, we're in an area that most of you have probably never seen before from previous episodes. This chest is guarded by 3 crocodiles, which I managed to kill. And just to pull up the map here really quickly, I am very far north of Sildon. I followed the river that leads north to the location I am, but it's not really as simple as just following the river. So let me just show you very quickly. As you can see, I'm very high up. You know, you look in the distance and that cabin you see, that is the hunter's cabin that we went to when we were doing the Sildon quest line. That just gives you a representation of how high I am. I'm on, you know, the mountain ridge that's north of Sildon, and that's, as you can see on the other side, that would be Nordmar. So the only way that I know of how to get to this location, which is the one I used in this video, I walked around from, so I started Sildon, and then I walked northeast as if I was going to Nordmar. But instead of going all the way to Nordmar, I turned when I was very high up on the mountain, and then I dropped down into this gorge, as you can see. You can even go higher up. There's actually a couple of chests that I already looted. They're not important. They're like just random metal chests and normal ones. But you can get up there. That's what I did. And then I dropped down here, and I killed these 2 crocodiles, and now I'm recording the video. So, let's see what we get inside this solid metal chest.
Broken.
Alright, so we get garbage. You know, this is, to be honest, nothing good. Nothing that I don't have already. That's a pretty unfortunate drop. What can I say? My luck really isn't playing out for me today. Alright, so with this done, I just want to announce that all old chests have been looted, so that means that old and heavy chests are now out of the equation. There is only one more location I need to check out from what I can recall. It is in Gotha, and it is the last solid metal chest that we will be covering in the mainland. So after that, all chests will be completed, and then we will move on to the desert. So I will see you guys in the next area. Alright, this is the last chest that I'm going to cover in this episode regarding all chests located in the mainland region. Now, this chest, because I'm not standing right beside it, is located directly north of Gotha. If you actually go to Gotha with a teleporter stone, you're going to realize that Gotha backs directly onto a mountain. So this chest is located actually on the top of that mountain. Now, to get there, it's a little bit tricky, which is why I'm going to show you how to get there. You have to go to Nordmar, loop around, and then go back to the mainland to get it on top of that mountain. So, starting off at the pass to Nordmar, you know, we've been here before. If you go back a couple of episodes, I was here when I was doing the Sildon quest line. I came here just to show you the area. So we're going to start here, and then we're going to head right. There's a rock up there, which is where we're going to stop. Now, from here, you're going to notice that the snow is starting to disappear, and it's starting to look more like the mainland. So from here, we're going to keep heading along this path. I've already killed all the enemies that was on this path, so we're not going to have to worry about fighting. But the first enemy that I encountered was a Saber-Toothed Tiger. You know, you may or may not encounter one of these. If you're lucky, you won't. But it's pretty strong. I put them on the level of a Shadow Beast, so just be careful if you're coming here under geared. So just beware. So you're going to keep heading up this slope. And eventually, you're going to notice that the climate's going to change. The world gets a little bit brighter, and it's raining, so, you know, nice and depressing. So, you're going to keep heading along this. There's really no path, so I can't really say path, but you're going to head straight from our exit point from Nordmar. And the first thing you're going to encounter if we head slightly right is there's 2 chests right here. A normal wooden one and a metal one. I already looted them because, you know, they contain a lot of useless garbage for the most part. And as we keep moving this way, you're going to notice a black troll. I've already killed it, but this black troll is the guardian of the chest. So the chest is located just in this tree area right here. Solid metal chest. And just to give you a sense of where we are, looking down that way, you can see Gotha. And looking far in the distance, you actually can't see it because of the rain. But in that direction, if I'm not mistaken, is Montera. In better light conditions, you can actually see Montera from this location. So it just gives a sense of how high we are. Let's just loot this chest very quickly. Alright, so in the chest we get a normal magic ore blank and a bunch of trash, in all honesty. Not really much to be happy about, so we didn't end on a high note as I would like, but that's okay. So before we conclude this episode, I'm going to go quickly to Rhobar, because I actually forgot to tell him that we took out all the orcs that were surrounding Vengard. Let's just go quickly tell him the good news.
The siege ring outside the barrier is history.
That is good news. Another victory for Enos. Here, take this for your glorious campaign.
Alright, so he gives us 10,000 gold and 5,000 experience. I think this is the largest lump sum of gold that we've ever received for a quest, which is pretty good. So, looking back on everything we've done, in my inventory I have a lot of stuff. I still have some weapons that we got from the liberations, which I haven't sold yet, and we have a lot of equipment that we got from the heavy chests and old chests and solid metal chests that we did. So off camera I'm going to sell all the ones we don't need, and then of course I'm going to spend the learning points. So in total I have 163 learning points and I'm level 54. Now what many of you might be wondering is how I got to this level. So this episode in particular took me probably the longest total time to make, just because I was exploring all over Myrtana, you know, going back to Cape Dun, Ardea, Baron, Gotha, every single city, and looking around to find every single chest. And in doing so, I spent about 7 or 8 hours just walking around and killing almost every single enemy, like animal or orc or whatever, in sight. In doing so, I gathered a very, very large amount of experience. I think I leveled up like 4 or 5 times, and I've received a large amount of learning points. So looking at our strengths are going to be my primary target. I'm going to try to get that strength value to at least 500. And then, of course, I'll probably save the last 10, 20 experience points, or not experience points, learning points, in order to keep them just for safekeeping, so that we can use them to get some of the skills that we want, like resistance to heat and dual wield. So with all that in total, I'm gonna do that off camera, because, you know, it's pretty irrelevant what I spend them on. You know, you can spend them on whatever you want. I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna spend them on. And then what I'll do in the next episode is I will meet you guys directly at the pass to Variant, where we've been before, however many episodes ago. So I will meet you guys there after I do everything, and then we will resume our glorious adventure from there. So I thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next episode, like I said, we're going to go to Variant, and then we're going to start the second chapter of this adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good day.